Glad to have you back for part 4. We're looking at even more brilliant ideas to supercharge your podcast. Let's get a move on. Go mystic with horoscopes. Are you a Leo, Capricorn, or Scorpio? Uncover the secrets of your listeners' future with horoscopes of work, love, and way more. What's Your Sign is a comedy podcast for both astrology lovers and haters.
So this is something that I didn't know about it. I know for sure I associate Mercury with Gemini because, like we said, the most common association with Mercury is communication. But the other sign that is associated with Mercury is Virgo.
Review cars. Live life in the fast lane by discussing your love of cars, from maintenance to modifications, and even helping people choose the best car for them. The Everyday Driver Car Debate podcast answers everything there is to know about choosing the right car for you.
We all drive cars every day. They need to meet our budget and our needs, but they should also be fun. That's our whole premise. Plus, twice a week we do an audio podcast, The Car Debate, where we help you find a fun car that fits your situation.
So we hope you'll join us for all of it.
Bridge the generation gap. Times have changed. Explore the past, present, and future of things like pop music, religion, and technology. The Generation Gap podcast looks at America's cultural shift and how that's affecting things like politics and news.
Life's a challenge, even if you get through that. You know what? It's one challenge, then you'll have your next challenge.
Hey, we're inspirational here.
Yeah, inspiration. Here I am. Can't help myself, but I can help others, or think that I can.
Hey, that's why you watch this. We're trying to help you.
Okay.
Podcasting about pets. They say a dog's a man's best friend. Explore the close relations, loyalty, and companionship of everyone's favourite pets. Can I Pet Your Dog is a podcast for unapologetic dog lovers who like to talk about dogs in the news, dogs they've met, and anything dog related they can think of.
Now, if I were to be assigned, hey, why don't you go and tell me what she is? I would say Border Collie and Bernese Mountain Dog because she's got that tricolor on her.
Tricolor. She does not have a lot, like Aussies have a lot of spots.
Yeah.
Explore phobias. Afraid of spiders, snakes, small spaces? Look at what makes other people tick and why. The What's That Smell podcast looks at anxieties and learns about them while having a laugh.
I talked about my fear of silence. And you talked about your fear of being buried alive. That escalated quick.
Business tips for entrepreneurs. Turn any business into a success. Offer killer strategies for entrepreneurs and growing businesses. Create, Reach, Inspire is presented by our founder here at Podcast.co, where he goes over his 15 years of experience, giving you all the best tips and advice to starting your own business.
Hey, it's James Mulvaney here. Welcome back to Create, Reach, Inspire. This week I want to talk about why it's important for your team to have multiple superpowers.
Click createreachinspire.com for all the juicy bits.
Budget travelling. Going on an adventure abroad doesn't mean eating away at your savings. The Budget Minded Traveller podcast is a practical guide making travel accessible for everyone.
So I spent 4 days in a little town in Tuscany called Montecatini Terme. And I also spent 4 days on the island of Elba, scuba diving for the first time. So I kind of want to tell you guys about all of that.
Guilty pleasures. Who doesn't love eating burritos or snoozing the alarm? Get on My Level is all about secret guilty pleasures we all enjoy, but we're all too ashamed to talk about. ASMR, anyone?
There is there's audio ASMR and there's sort of visual ASMR.
Okay, yeah, I kind of get this because it's the same way something with a screen on it and you peel the
peelies.
The peelies, yeah, you got to savor the peelies.
New technology and best practices. Technology is developing fast. Give your listeners the inside scoop on how to stay ahead with the best practices and standards. Security Now is on the front line of computer safety and is presented by the man who coined the term spyware and created the first anti-spyware program.
Legal encryption won't work. Yep. Because you won't be able to transit illegal encryption over the wire.
Okay, well, you've just drawn a picture of our future.
I'm afraid, Leo, because this isn't going away. The government shows no sign. It's too easy for them to make a law.
Discuss popular films, TVs, and books you haven't seen or read. Buck the trend and give your unabashed opinions on popular TV shows, books, or films. Take the Potterless podcast, for example, where a grown man reads the Harry Potter novels for the very first time and then discusses them in depth with avid fans.
Each week, I cover one or a few chapters of the series with a guest who has read the series before, making jokes along the way. I recommend starting at episode 0. This podcast is a journey, so it's fun to see it from the very beginning. I will warn you that I started the series as a much snarkier person than I am today.
That's it for part 4, but stick with us for the last part for even more brilliant podcast ideas that you should try out.
Hey, just before you go, my name is James Mulvaney and I'm founder of Podcast.co. I just wanted to quickly say thank you for watching this video, and if you've ever tried to start a podcast but perhaps you've not got around to it yet, or maybe something's tripping you up, what I've actually done is put together a 4-part video series called the Podcast.co Crash Course, in which I'll show you exactly how to create your first episode, how to publish it onto the internet and get it listed on iTunes and Spotify, and also how to start growing your audience. And I'd love to share this with you absolutely free of charge. If you head on over to podcast.co/crash course, I'll send you the first video right away.